Happy Thursday. Getting close to the weekend. So like to welcome all of you to our Mind the Moments Thursday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors about what mindfulness means to them, and then to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these important practices into our daily lives. And I'm Suzanne Rowe, Palacino, and this morning we're here with Christine O'Shaughnessy, mindfulness instructor for Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. So happy to have you here for Thursday, Christine, in Tara's place.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm glad it worked.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you here and sharing this space with us. We haven't seen you in a little bit, so we're always happy to see your smiling face.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for anyone that's welcome or that's new today, I want to give a special welcome. So we're so happy that you've come this morning. We do these sessions Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday mornings. So if you need any additional information, you can contact Harvard Pilgrim /MindtheMoment. So we're so happy to have you here. And just to let you know how things go on Thursdays and most days, Christine will start us off with a question for the group. And then she'll share a few thoughts and we'll go right into practice. Typically at least a 12-minute practice for meditation. And for anybody new to meditation, there'll be guidance throughout. We also like to offer some silent time to give us all practice having that time and working through the ins and outs and ups and downs of sitting. So that will be part of our practice. And so if you go to the bottom of the screen and open up your chat, you can click on the blue drop-down menu and click on everyone, and that'll give you a chance to see everybody's comments as they come in. So there we are. Christine, what would you like to start us off with this morning?
So I'm going to start with the question, what is keeping you stuck in life? So I think we all have something when we think about it that we may feel that we're stuck in moving forward. It may be our sense of purpose, our meaning in what we're doing in our role at work. But what is keeping you stuck? Maybe it's something from starting a new fitness routine or eating healthy or renovating a part of your home. It could be anything. But what is keeping you stuck? And it may be something even bigger, like something that you need to make a really important decision around. Maybe it's around care for an elderly parent, a loved one. There's so many ways that question can go, but I want to kind of toss it out there broad.
Yeah, and just for folks that were here yesterday with us, I felt like this was such a subject that resonated with folks, and as I was talking with Christine, I thought we could continue our conversation on it this morning. So yeah, we just type it in the chat anything that comes to your mind, and I'll also put it in the chat. A fear of things that might happen. Totally makes sense, yeah. Self-imposed sense of my limitations, barriers. Yeah. I have to say that's something that I find, I feel like I know the things that I feel like I'm good at, and there are some things I feel like, and I see this with my kids as well. Oh, I'm bad at X, and that we limit ourselves just by that thought. And I say, well, gardening or maybe cooking, because my husband's such a good cook, I don't cook as much. So, those things that the self-limiting kind of mindsets that we tell ourselves. I get that. Good old fear and anxiety. Through time, I'm getting better. Yeah. My partner was diagnosed with a long-term illness in her mid-40s last year, working through what the rest of our lives look like. That's quite difficult. Sending healing thoughts to you, Michael, and you and your partner.
Sorry to hear
that. Lack of confidence, then stuck, for sure. Yeah. All important things that, and sometimes just typing it out helps, the feeling of writing things down can really help almost have a separation from this type of feeling. Lack of confidence, letting go of things that no longer serve my wellness. Yes, and thank you for the Debas. Thank you so much for those thoughts. Telling myself I'm too tired, really sloth-like. Yes, yes. We talked about sloth yesterday and how it can really affect us. Fear of commitment, for sure, for sure. Yeah. What a important list that people have shared. It's nice to have this community to share this with. So thank you. Christine, how about you? Anything that resonates with you? Remorse.
Wow. Yeah, for me, it's getting stuck in old belief patterns. And the emotion underlying it is usually fear. Yeah, when I get stuck in those old belief patterns about usually around health issues. It's my son,
Mm,
difficult medical stuff. So for me, that's where I get stuck. It's like inertia. How do I move forward? How do I do this differently?
yeah, yeah. And it's hard to be a parent. It's hard to see those kinds of things in our family, and we like to fix things. That's what we do sometimes as caregivers, and so it's a difficult thing for sure. Difficulty accepting the reality of a situation makes working through it and healing that much harder for sure. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Yeah, we work together on these things.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being so honest, so vulnerable. Thank you.
Hmm.
Gives rich content from which to teach from, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Should we dive in or? Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure.
All right, so I'm going to just start guiding by taking a moment to let everyone get centered, and then I'll move into a guided practice that will help think about where you might be stuck, what your situation is, and when I'm asking questions around it, if you can just answer briefly in your mind, which sometimes the mind wants to get into a whole story about it, justifying, blaming, explaining, defending. See if your response internally can be brief and then come back to the somatic response in the body. So when we can land in what we're feeling internally, it's allowing the situation, the emotion, the feeling tones to process. I like to look at our container, our body like a container, and we allow things to kind of bubble up and dissipate. And I've used this analogy before. It's like a forest fire raging, right? When we contain the fire, it eventually burns itself out. But if the fire has stuff to feed off of, it keeps growing. And it's our thoughts and our negative patterns and beliefs that sometimes can keep us stuck because it keeps us going in that same path that no longer serves us. So if you're willing to give it a try, just sitting with what you're feeling and giving yourself permission to allow it to come up and maybe bubble out. All right, let's begin. So getting comfortable in your seat, you're welcome to stand, sit, lie down, whatever posture feels most comfortable for you today. You're actually standing. And we're going to begin just feeling your feet, grounding to the floor, feeling yourself connecting, feeling your toes, feeling the temperature of your feet. And then taking a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, exhaling through the mouth, either like you're blowing through a straw or like you're saying the word ha. Breathing in and out. You're welcome to close your eyes if you would like, or you can have your gaze downward and soft. Taking Another deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, exhaling through your mouth, lengthening your exhale. Beginning to feel your legs, feeling your sit bones connecting to a surface. Notice how your body is being supported by a chair, the floor, cushion, whatever it might be. Taking another deep, full, nourishing breath in, and as you exhale, releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Continuing with this deep breathing for a few more rounds, allowing your arms and legs to feel heavy and weighted. Feeling a sense of gravity in the body, a weightedness. Allowing your eyes to soften. We are so forward-looking in life. Our practice is an opportunity to look back and in towards ourselves with grace and ease. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, feeling your jaw begin to relax, inviting your tongue to soften. Releasing that deep breathing technique, and begin to just feel the natural rhythm of your breath. Noticing how your breath feels today. Maybe the breath is rapid or slow, heavy or light. Maybe there's a pattern to your breath. Observing the breath as you sense your whole body from head to toe. And begin to feel this space of awareness all around your body. Feeling the temperature of the space. Noticing any sounds. Beginning to arrive here. Breathing in, I am here in this body now. Breathing out, I let go of resistance. And if thoughts begin to enter your mind, just gently coming back to the breath. Or if you prefer to allow your attention to settle in a different anchor of choice, you can rest your awareness in your hands, feeling the palms of your hands, where they're connecting to a surface, or staying connected to your feet. Breathing in, I am here in this body now. Breathing out, I let go. Letting go of all the activities of your morning and what it took to arrive here. And releasing anticipation of what's to come in this practice and in your day ahead. Arriving fully in this moment on this breath. In this body. Begin to allow the mind to visit this question. What is keeping me stuck? You may immediately recognize a certain situation enter your mind, an emotion, a feeling tone, a belief. What is keeping me stuck? And as you ask that question, begin to recognize what happens internally inside your body as you let your awareness rest on that question. Is there emotional reactivity? Softly and gently name the emotions with kindness, curiosity, and care. And then allowing any sensations in the body to be there, and softly asking yourself in a kind, inviting voice, what most needs my attention around this situation or emotion of keeping me still? Or what most needs my acceptance? Notice what the mind presents, and like a bubble, let that pop. And coming back to gently investigating where you're feeling stuck in the body. Where are you holding this? It may be in the head, your jaw, heart or chest, back or abdomen, shoulders, or somewhere else. As you contact this place within you, notice the sensation there. Is it pressure, pulsing? Maybe there's flushes of heat or coolness, tingling. Contact and allow the sensation to be there just as it is. As you breathe in and out. Maybe there's a shape or a form to it. Allow and release. Breathing in, allowing. Breathing out, releasing. What is, is. Breathing in and out. At this point, we're just allowing, receiving, honoring what we feel with its full intensity, and like a container, just allowing it the freedom to move, to process, to heal and release. If the mind wanders, coming back to the body, back to the breath, softly noting sensations as they come and go. Breathing in and out. And acknowledging needs might not be met for you in this situation. Sometimes there's a need that's not being met that keeps us stuck. Maybe it's a need of connection, purpose, to matter, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, respected, trusted. A need of independence or awareness, clarity. there's a need for growth, healing. And sometimes our needs cannot be met in this moment. And we honor and acknowledge that. But for right now, that need may not be able to be met. Coming back to the body, the sensations, the breath. In, I am here in this body now. Breathing out, I let go. Let go of resistance. Resting back in your own true nature, your true self. To the body, feeling your feet, feeling your legs. Notice that connection to your chair, the floor. Feeling the length of your arms, feeling your torso, feeling the hollow of your throat, feeling the back of your head, your ears, and opening to sound, gently tracking the sound of bells all the way to the end. And then when you're ready, gently coming back. And notice how you feel. Notice what's happening. And then moving in whatever way you'd like, stretching your arms up overhead, twisting side to side. And just allow your eyes to look beyond the screen for a moment, or maybe sweep them left to right. And then coming back. I hope that practice was supportive, beneficial for you today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Christine.
I'd love to know if anyone wanted to put in the chat box just what they observed. Any insights, clarity, or maybe more just acceptance.
You know, I love that you use the word acceptance, because that is such a big part of all of this. The resistance can be so, that can be just fill and, you know, feed the flame of stuckness, that resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked the fire analogy as well.
Yeah, one of my teachers live in California, and the forest fires burned part of where they live, and they were explaining that's like our emotions, right? It comes to a certain point, and either we hold it in that container till it burns out, or it keeps feeding off of more grass and wood, and And for us, it's our emotions or our thoughts that feed what's happening. And an important piece that's for me been really helpful. Warren Sofer, one of my teachers, he wrote the book Say What You Mean. He talks about when our needs aren't able to be met. Sometimes we can't get our needs met. And then it's really important to mourn the loss of that need instead of having it be blame or resentment, and just understanding that for right now that need can't be met. And for some people, the example he uses is, during the pandemic, so much isolation, so that core need, that universal human need of connection, warmth, tenderness, support, so many people that missed that. So we mourn the loss of that need for that duration. That's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Grant mentions, trying to work towards acceptance. And for sure, that is a work in progress, isn't it? That doesn't come with one meditation for sure. Yeah, I think, when we do that practice of breathing in and then releasing the out breath, I mean, that's part of the practice, is we just need to continue to do that. These lifelong habits don't leave us quickly, that we have to retrain our brains to really think more on the positive. I think about this, when I was researching this, I found this research that was done called neuro-linguistic programming and called chaining anchors. And it talks about this feeling of stuckness and how we need to determine how we think of a feeling, what kind of feeling we're trying to bring forward. And maybe for you, Grant, that's acceptance. And maybe remembering a time, even if it was something very short, that you were able to accept something. And just try to put yourself within that memory of time when you were able to accept something. And we all have one of them. And to relax and let that memory come to mind and actually feel like you're inside it. And they mention about doing something somatic, like what Christine was mentioning, even just touching your thumb and forefinger together as you think about that time when you were in a mode of acceptance. And while you're inside that memory, just having that somatic touch, whatever you decide to use, and reliving that memory. And then as it dissipates, just taking the forefinger, like if it's your thumb and forefinger, taking it apart. And then if there's a time when you're feeling like you need that acceptance again, you can try to go back to that feeling of that again. So I can just put that. This is something that was totally new to me. I can put that into the chat, and you can Google it and see if it's helpful. Yeah, acceptance does not come easily, for sure.
Yeah, I really love neuro-linguistic programming. It's such a wonderful tool.
Yeah, it was something new to me. So there's, sometimes we just need to keep experimenting to find things that work for us. So yeah, Michael and the monkey mind. Yes, the monkey mind does visit us on a regular basis, doesn't it? And that, part of that is acceptance that this is just the way we are right now. And boy, it's annoying, but it is, maybe tomorrow will be a little different. So thank you so much, Christine, for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. I was so happy to be here. Thank you. It was an honor to teach these sessions. I love them.
Yeah, so glad to see you, and so happy to have everyone here with us this morning. This community has been just a wonderful support for everyone. So we thank you for joining, and I hope your week continues to be good, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you again.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.